No sailing experience is quite as exciting as your first blue water sailing passage. With sapphire blue water for miles around in all directions and sailing non-stop night and day, an offshore passage is truly the pinnacle of sailing opportunities. Fair Wind Sailing School is pleased to bring this experience to life twice a year in our Ocean Passage and Celestial Navigation class. For even an experienced coastal sailor, a true blue water passage represents a completely new and exciting sailing experience with many new learning opportunities. Offshore, safety is always our top priority, and sailing non-stop 24 hours a day for 5 to 7 straight days requires new procedures to assure crew and vessel safety. We start at the dock before we depart with intense boat checks, detailed trip routing, and long-term weather forecasting. Once underway, standard procedures are relearned to assure safety too. Galley work, for example, is different when heeling an ocean swell. Sleeping aboard a moving vessel and sailing in shifts all night long also requires practice to master. Up on deck, the sailing is different too. Offshore safety gear such as tethers, harnesses, and jacklines will be rigged and deployed at all times. Learning to move around the vessel effectively while wearing these safety tools and still sailing efficiently takes a bit to perfect. Navigation out of sight of land also requires new skills. For example, during the trip, we will learn celestial navigation techniques and hone our sextant and plotting skills each day. These traditional nautical skills will be backed up with modern navigational devices such as GPS, providing exposure to a complete set of offshore navigational tools. Since weather can be highly variable over the length of the trip, it is always of primary interest. We utilize single sideband radio and satellite phones to download the latest weather information and combine these with shipboard observations to develop daily weather forecasts. We then update our trip routing based on these weather changes. The reward for all this work is unbelievable. The joy of a 2-day offshore spinnaker run, seeing the green flash for the first time, or being accompanied by some of God's finest sea creatures for part of the journey cannot be described. For a true sailor, it must be experienced. Come join Fair Wind Sailing School on our Ocean Passage and Celestial Navigation class and experience them for yourself.